This is Audible.
This is a copyrighted work. Unauthorized copying or distribution is a crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $250,000.
Scholastic Audio presents Dragon Masters Book 6, Flight of the Moon Dragon by Tracy West, read by Emily Ellett. This book is dedicated to all the Dragon Masters fans who write me letters and send me photos and pictures. You make me smile every day. TW. Before we start, while the Dragon Masters world is not the real world, many of the characters and places in it are inspired by real-world cultures. For this reason, I'll be pronouncing the names of these characters and places the way they'd be pronounced in the real world. These pronunciations may differ from how you think a name might sound based on its spelling alone. Chapter 1. Saving the Dragonstone. "I'm really worried about the Dragonstone," said Drake. 6 Dragon Masters sat around a dining table in King Roland's castle. 5 of them lived in the castle: Drake, Bo, Rory, Anna, and Petra. Hiru, the 6th Dragon Master, lived in the Land of Pyramids. The Dragonstone had chosen each of them to connect with dragons. Hiru had flown a long way on Wadi, his dragon. Wadi was resting in the dragon caves, and Hiru had brought important news. The Prime Dragonstone was dying. "You were right to be worried, Drake," said Hiru. "We must quickly find the Prime Stone so that we can try to save it. That is why I came here. My family thinks you and your friends can help us." "Wait, what exactly is the Prime Dragonstone?" Bo asked. Hiru looked down. A green stone hung from a cord around his neck. Each of the others wore a stone just like it. "We each wear a piece of the Dragonstone to connect with our dragons," Hiru explained. "All of our smaller stones come from the Prime Stone." "So, is the Prime Stone huge?" asked Anna, who was also from the Land of Pyramids. "I think so," said Hiru, "but I've never seen it. It has been kept inside a secret pyramid for many years. A scroll tells us that it will take 6 dragons to enter the pyramid, but first we must find it." Just then, Griffith the wizard walked into the room. "I have spoken with King Roland," he said. "I asked if you may all go to the Land of Pyramids. He will tell us soon, but I will stay here and look for a way to save the Dragonstone." "The king has to say yes," said Rory. "If the Dragonstone dies, we won't be able to connect with our dragons anymore." Petra, the newest Dragon Master, turned to Hiru. "If you've never seen the Prime Stone, then how do you know it is dying?" she asked. "Our family has a larger piece of the stone, just like Griffith does," Hiru explained. "Its glow keeps fading, and lately I've had trouble connecting with Wadi. Those are signs that the Prime Stone is weakening." As Hiru spoke, Drake's own Dragonstone started to flicker. It wasn't glowing strong like it usually did when Worm, his Earth Dragon, communicated with him. But still, Drake heard his dragon's voice inside his head. "Come," said Worm. "It is—" Then his voice stopped. "It's Worm," Drake said. "It sounds like something is wrong, but he didn't finish his message. We must go to the caves." The Dragon Masters rushed down the long staircase that led to the dragon caves. Drake ran up to Worm, a brown dragon with tiny wings and a body like a snake. "What's wrong?" Drake asked. Worm nodded toward the cave of Vulcan, Rory's fire dragon. The dragon was snorting and pawing the ground. "Vulcan!" Rory cried. She ran to him. "What's the matter?" "His connection to you is getting weaker," Griffith explained.
Vulcan may be feeling confused and scared.
Rory reached through the bars of the cave and patted her dragon's nose. "Hang in there, Vulcan," she said. "We'll find a way to save the Dragonstone."
"Griffith,"
Simon, a castle guard, said as he marched in.
"King Roland agrees that the Dragon Masters should go to the Land of Pyramids. They may leave at once."
Chapter 2. The Dragon Temple.
"Excellent," Griffith said. "You are off to the Land of Pyramids."
"My parents will be waiting for us when we arrive," said Hiru. "It sounds like a very long trip," said Petra. She twisted a blonde curl around her finger. "Are we going to fly there?"
"No, we will have to use Worm's power to get us there quickly," explained Hiru.
Anna's dark eyes shone with excitement. "Worm can get us there in the blink of an eye," she said.
"Can Worm take all of us? And our dragons?" Petra asked.
Drake nodded.
"First, I'll tell him where to go. Then if everyone touches their dragon and then touches Worm, he'll get us there." "Everyone, please get your dragons ready," Griffith said.
The Dragon Masters moved quickly. Rory brought out Vulcan, who was calmer now. Anna led out her shimmering white sun dragon, Kepri. Hiru took out Wadi, a black moon dragon who was Kepri's twin. Bo's blue water dragon, Shu, followed him out of the cave. Petra stepped out with Zera, her hydra, a four-headed poison dragon. Drake talked to Worm.
"Worm, can you take us to Hiru's temple in the Land of Pyramids?" he asked.
Worm nodded, and Drake led him out of the cave.
"I will join you as soon as I can," Griffith told them all. "I trust that you will find the stone, and I hope that the key to saving it is somewhere in my books."
"All right, everybody," Drake called out. "Touch your dragon, and then touch Worm." The Dragon Masters obeyed. Worm closed his eyes. His body started to glow. Then, whoosh! Green light exploded in the caves. When it faded, they weren't in the caves anymore. They were outside. A bright moon shone on a stone temple. There were 2 dragon statues, one on each side of the door. A man and a woman ran out of the temple. "Hiru, you are back," said the woman.
"And you have brought help," said the man. "Very good. Welcome to the Land of Pyramids, Dragon Masters."
"Everybody, this is Tarek, my dad, and Sarah, my mom," Hiru said, introducing the Dragon Masters to his parents. Then 6 men wearing white tunics and pants rushed out of the temple.
"These workers will take your dragons inside," Tarek said. "We don't want curious villagers coming here. We have important work to do."
Sarah clapped her hands. "Come," she said. "We must go to the temple's secret chamber." Chapter 3. A Clue.
"We are the keepers of the ancient secrets of the dragons,"
Tarek announced as the Dragon Masters walked through the temple.
"These secrets have been passed down in our family for years."
Torches lit the halls of the temple. Pictures of dragons were carved into the walls. They went downstairs and came to a room full of dragon statues. Sarah walked to a statue with sparkly green eyes.
"Those look like dragon stones,"
Bo said. Sarah smiled and removed one of the stones. The wall in front of her slid open. She waved for everyone to follow her. The secret chamber was filled with shelves loaded with scrolls and books. Sarah took one of the scrolls. She moved to a large table. "This is all we know about the Prime Stone," she said, unrolling the scroll. Drake looked at it. On top of the page was a strange-looking dragon symbol. The rest of the page was filled with little pictures, not alphabet letters. "This is very old writing," Anna explained. "In ancient times, people wrote messages with pictures instead of words."
"Yes," agreed Tarek. "I have read these pictures many times. The scroll says that the prime dragon stone is in the Pyramid of the 7 Dragons. but we do not know which pyramid that is, or how to find the Dragonstone within the pyramid."
"There is also a rhyme," said Sarah. She picked up the scroll and read out loud. "A flying dragon will find the pyramid. 6 dragons are needed to find the prime stone. 6 dragons must go with their dragon masters. No dragon or master can do it alone."
"The message is clear," said Tarek. "It will take 6 dragons to find the stone. That is why we need your help."
"One flying dragon to find the pyramid," Drake repeated. "Does that mean the pyramid can only be seen from the sky?" Sarah nodded. "Hiru has searched with Wadi many times, but has not found the secret pyramid yet," she said.
"I will search again tonight," said Hiru. "Wadi can hold one more rider."
Drake's and Rory's hands shot up. "I'll go," they both said. Hiru grinned. "Drake beat you by 1 second, Rory." "Yay!" cheered Drake. Rory frowned. "Why can't we all fly with our dragons and look for the pyramid?" she asked.
"A dark dragon like Wadi can fly at night without being seen," Tarek explained.
Hiru turned to Drake. "Let's go find the pyramid of the 7 dragons," he said. "Good luck," Anna called out. Chapter 4. Wadi, look out. Drake ran outside with Hiru. The temple workers had brought Wadi there. The boys climbed onto the Moondragon's saddle. Hiru patted Wadi's neck. "Wadi, please fly to the pyramids." Wadi flapped his wings and took off into the air. The moon lit up the village below. The rows of houses gave way to the sands of the desert.
"We must look at all the pyramids from above," said Hiru. "Keep an eye out for anything that could tell us which one is the pyramid of the 7 dragons."
Drake looked down. Dozens of pyramids were scattered across the sand. 3 of them had pointy gold caps that glittered in the moonlight.
"Maybe it's one of the shiny ones," Drake suggested. "They look important."
Hiru nodded and steered Wadi toward the nearest one. Drake looked at the pyramid closely. It had smooth stone sides and a golden tip, but nothing said that it was the pyramid of the 7 dragons.
"Wadi, the next one,"
Hiru called out. They flew to the 2nd gold-tipped pyramid, and the 3rd, but they all looked pretty much the same.
"These are not what we're looking for," said Hiru.
They flew over more pyramids. They all had smooth stone walls. Drake frowned.
"I don't see anything special about these pyramids," he said.
"We must keep searching," said Hiru. Wadi soared across the desert. He flew over another pyramid. Drake looked at it. The walls were smooth. Then,
"I see something!" Drake exclaimed. "That pyramid has squiggly lines carved into the stone. Do you see them?"
"Yes," said Hiru. "I did not notice them before. Wadi, take us closer." Wadi swooped down. He circled the pyramid. Drake gasped. There were dark lines on each side of the pyramid. Alone, they didn't look like anything. But when Wadi and Drake circled the pyramid...
"It is the dragon symbol from the scroll!" Hiru cried. "We have found the pyramid of the 7 dragons!"
Then Drake heard a rumble in the sky. He looked up. Dark clouds floated overhead.
"A storm is coming," he said. "We should get back." "Wadi, take us home," Hiru said.
But Wadi kept flying around the pyramid. "Wadi, stop!" Hiru yelled. But the Moondragon didn't listen. Hiru looked down at his Dragonstone.
"My stone is flickering,"
he gasped. Boom! Thunder crashed. Lightning shot out at the storm cloud.
"We're flying right into the lightning!"
Drake yelled. Chapter 5. 6 dragons, 6 masters. Hiru pulled tightly on Wadi's neck to steer him away from a lightning bolt. Then the Moondragon flew back to the temple as a soft rain fell. Drake and Hiru climbed off Wadi's back. Hiru's parents and the other dragon masters ran up to meet them. Did you find the pyramid? Rory asked.
Yes, Drake replied. But Wadi became confused out there, like Vulcan did back in the caves. My stone was flickering, explained Hiru. Wadi couldn't follow my directions, and we almost got struck by lightning. Tarek nodded. We are glad that you are safe. Your connections with your dragons are really weakening now.
It is good that you found the pyramid so quickly. There is no time to waste, added Sarah. You must all go there at once to find the stone. The other dragons were brought outside. The dragon masters touched their dragons. Then they touched Worm. Drake pictured the pyramid with the dragon symbol in his mind.
Worm, take us there, he said.
Whoosh! In a flash, Worm took everyone to the Pyramid of the 7 Dragons.
Drake gazed at the tall pyramid in front of them. Now we have to figure out how to get inside, he said.
That looks like a door, said Anna, walking up to a big stone shaped like a rectangle. Rory pushed on the stone. It didn't move. How does it open? Petra studied the door. There were 6 symbols carved on it.
Maybe these are a clue, she said.
Drake looked at the symbols. He saw a moon, a fire, a sun, and a drop of water. There was a round symbol that looked like a rock, and there was a skull.
Wait a second, Drake said. Those look like...
The powers of our dragons, Rory said with him.
Petra touched the skull. That's the symbol for poison. Maybe if I push on it, the door will open?
She pushed on the skull. Nothing happened.
There are 6 symbols, and 6 of us, said Bo. Maybe each of us needs to touch the symbol that matches our dragon.
He touched the water drop. Anna touched the sun. Hiru touched the moon. Drake touched the rock. Rory touched the flame, and Petra touched the skull again. All 6 stones pushed in. The door slid up.
Hurry, said Hiru. We must find the dragon stone and save it before it is too late.
Chapter 6. The Rules of the Pyramid. All 6 dragon masters and their dragons rushed into the pyramid. The door slammed down behind them. Khepri, light, please, said Anna. The sun dragon opened her mouth, and sunlight poured out. Drake looked around. There was a large stone in the middle of the room. Words were carved into it. Hiru read them out loud.
Inside these walls are 6 secret rooms. In each room is a clue to unwind. Choose 1 dragon to solve each puzzle, then leave dragon and master behind. Think with care before each choice is made, or forever you may be confined. When 1 dragon and master remain, then at last the prime stone they will find. I just realized something odd, said Bo. The rhyme calls for 6 dragons, but this pyramid is called the Pyramid of the 7 Dragons. And why does it say we'll be confined? Petra asked. Does that mean we'll be trapped inside this pyramid?
It sure sounds that way, said Rory.
Worm may be able to help us, said Hiru.
How? Drake asked.
My family studies all kinds of dragons, Hiru replied. Earth dragon scales have power. If we each take a scale, Worm can transport us all out of here after one of us reaches the stone.
Drake looked at Worm.
Will that work?
He asked. Drake's dragon stone began to glow. He heard the answer in his head.
It will work. You may take my scales. Wait, how will we know when Worm is going to transport us? Bo asked. I will know when it is time to leave. Then I will tell the other dragons, Worm said. Worm will tell your dragons when it is time, Drake repeated. Just stay close to your dragon.
He stroked Worm, looking for loose scales. He gently pulled out 5 scales and gave 1 to each dragon master. Thanks, said Rory. Now what do we do?
I think the rhyme tells us what to do, said Bo. Each of our dragons must have the power to get us out of one room and into the next.
Khepri shone her light around the room as the dragon masters looked for a way out. They saw 4 walls made up of stones, but no door. "So which dragon gets us out of this room?" Anna asked. Chapter 7. The Pipe in the Wall. "I don't see a door anywhere," Rory said.
"We need to find the door to figure out which dragon can open it," Bo said.
Petra studied one wall.
"What about this smooth area? There are smaller stones all around it."
Drake pushed on the smooth stone. It didn't move.
"This could be a way out," he said, "but there must be a special way to open it."
"I don't see any symbols this time," said Anna.
"Only one of our dragons can get us out of here," Hiru said. "So we must think about our dragon's powers. Which power could move this stone?"
"Vulcan is the strongest," Rory bragged. "He could push right through it." "I don't think that's a good idea," Anna said. "Remember that time when Vulcan tried to push through stone and the tunnel collapsed on us?"
Petra looked up. "We don't want the whole pyramid falling on us." "I don't think Vulcan is the answer here," said Drake. He thought about when the tunnel collapsed. Worm had moved big rocks using the power of his mind. "Worm can move stone," Drake said. "Worm's powers could probably get us out of any room," said Petra. "So we might need to save him for something no other dragon can do." Drake nodded. "Good point."
Bo was looking above the smooth door. A stone pipe was sticking out of the wall.
"Maybe that pipe is a clue?" guessed Bo. "Pipes carry water, and Shu is a water dragon." Drake understood. "Do you think Shu could shoot water into the pipe?" "Yes, of course," said Bo. Drake felt a pang at the thought of leaving Bo behind first. "You have Worm's scale, right?" he asked. Bo nodded. Drake took a deep breath. "Okay, so let's see if Shu can open this door." Bo's dragonstone glowed. "Shu, please shoot water through that pipe."
Shu shot a stream of water right into the pipe. After a few seconds, the smooth part of the wall began to rise. "It's working!" Rory cried. The door stayed open as Shu continued to shoot water. "Hurry, get through the door!" Drake yelled. Everyone dashed through the door with their dragons. Drake looked back at Bo and Shu. "We'll be fine," Bo called out as Shu's water stream slowed down. "Good luck." Then the door slammed shut. Chapter 8. The Vines. Khepri moved her head from side to side, shining sunlight around the second room. This time, the dragon masters and their dragons could clearly see the way out. A big round rock blocked an opening in the wall. "Vulcan could try to push it," Rory said. "First, we need to know more about what we're dealing with," said Petra. Drake heard drip, drip, drip. "Quiet, everyone," he said. "Where's that sound coming from?" Khepri shone light on a big stone pot set a few feet away from the big rock. The dragon masters crept closer to the pot. Vines were carved into the sides of the pot. Inside, the pot was filled with dirt. Then Drake looked up. A pipe stuck out from the ceiling. It was dripping water into the dirt. "This pipe must be connected to the last room," said Drake. Anna smiled. "Plants need water to grow, but they need sunlight too," she said. "Of course," said Petra. Anna turned to Khepri. "Please shine your light inside the pot," she said. Golden light poured from the sun dragon's mouth. It hit the dirt in the pot. The dirt began to stir. A small green shoot sprang up. "It's working!" Rory cheered. The green shoot grew into a thick vine. The vine grew out of the pot. More vines grew. They snaked away from Khepri. across the floor toward the big round rock. As they grew, they pushed the rock. They opened the doorway. "That's good, Khepri," Anna said. The dragon stopped shining her light on the vines, but they kept growing, and they started to fill the opening of the door. "We must hurry," said Hiru. Drake, Rory, Petra, and Hiru ran through the door with their dragons. The vines were growing bigger and bigger, and the dragon masters had to squeeze past them. Drake looked back at Anna. He could see her and Khepri through the tangle of vines. Wadi let out a sad cry. Anna waved. "Keep going. We'll be okay," she called out. Then the vines closed off the doorway completely. Without Khepri's sunlight, the third room was very dark. "Vulcan, fire!" Rory said. 2 flames danced out of Vulcan's nostrils. They cast a glow around the room. The vines had chased them into this new room. They were growing fast. They spread out along the walls. "I see a door! Get there before the vines block it!" Drake yelled, pointing to the far wall. They raced across the room, but the vines reached the far wall before the Dragon Masters did. The big, thick vines blocked the door. "We're trapped!" Petra cried. Chapter 9. 4 dragons left. Drake tried to think fast. He looked around the third room. The vines covered every inch of the walls. "Time for a bonfire," said Rory. "Vulcan—" "Wait, Rory!" Hiru cried. "That could be dangerous. We have no way to put out a fire." Rory's face turned pale. "I forgot we left Shu behind," she said. "I have an idea," said Petra. "Zera's poison can melt rocks. I bet it could kill these vines." "Good thinking, Petra," Drake cried. "So I will ask her to spray the vines with poison where we saw the door," Petra said. "Then you can open it." Hiru nodded. "That's right." Petra bit her lip. "What if Zera sprays somebody by mistake?" she asked. Drake knew why she was worried. Zera's poison had accidentally hit both him and King Roland. It had made them very sick. "We'll stay out of the way," he said. "Tell Zera to aim carefully, and make sure your stone is glowing." Petra nodded. "Okay," she said. She looked down at her stone, which was glowing brightly. "Zera, aim straight ahead. Kill those vines." The Hydra's 4 heads reared back. Liquid poison shot from each of her 4 mouths and sprayed the vines. The vines withered and turned brown. They fell to the floor, and everyone could see the door again. Rory ran to the door and easily pushed it open. "Let's go," she called out. Hiru and Wadi hurried after her. Drake followed, looking back at Petra. She waved to him with a brave smile on her face. Petra and Zera, Anna and Khepri, Bo and Shu, all of them were trapped. Drake had promised that Worm would save them all. He looked down at his dragon stone. "I hope the Prime Stone doesn't die before Worm can get us all out," he thought. Chapter 10. Fire. Drake, Hiru, and Rory looked around the 4th room. Vulcan's flames lit up the darkness. Drake could see lots of thick ropes hanging down from the high ceiling. Then he spotted a door across the room. The door was made of a thin stone slab. A rope connected the door to a heavy stone cube that dangled above the floor. Another rope connected the cube to a metal loop sticking out of the wall. "All right, this must be Vulcan's challenge," Rory said. "He needs to burn the rope that connects the cube to that metal loop, right?" She pointed to the rope attached to the hanging cube. "Good thinking," Hiru replied. "Then the cube will fall, and when it does, the door will lift up." "Just be careful, Rory," Drake said. "Make sure Vulcan burns through only that one rope, or all those ropes on the ceiling will go up in flames." Rory rolled her eyes. You sound like Griffith, she said. I am so good at controlling Vulcan now. I can ask him to make a big flame or just a really tiny one. Rory pointed. Vulcan, burn that rope, she cried. Her dragon stone glowed bright green at first, but then it flickered and went out. Vulcan roared. He reared back. A fireball shot from his mouth. The flames hit the ropes hanging above them. Within seconds, the ropes on the ceiling caught fire. Chapter 11. Glow in the Dark. Vulcan, no! Rory yelled, shielding her eyes from the flames. Hiru hopped on Wadi's back. He whispered to the dragon. Wadi flew up and spread his wings, smothering the flames on the ceiling. Wadi flew back down. Good job, Wadi, said Hiru. And look, said Drake. The rope attached to the cube wasn't hit. Rory's dragonstone was glowing very brightly now. Rory, quick, ask Vulcan to try again, Drake cried. But Rory looked scared. It wasn't your fault, Hiru said. Your stone was weak, but it is bright green now. Rory looked down at her stone. She patted her dragon's neck. Try again, Vulcan, she said. Just a small flame, on that rope, over there. This time, Vulcan hit the right spot. The flame burned through the rope. The cube-shaped stone dropped. The stone door lifted up. Drake, Hiru, Wadi, and Worm raced through it. Then a spark hit the rope connecting the cube to the door. The rope burned quickly. Save that dragonstone, Rory called after them as the door slammed shut. The fifth room was very dark. Worm, can you glow? Drake asked. Worm glowed a faint green. Drake could see the outline of a door. There was a symbol of a crescent moon above it. But that was it. It looks like a moon dragon will have to open this door, Drake said. Hiru nodded. Wadi, moonlight, please. A ribbon of dark light streamed from Wadi's mouth. It looked like a rainbow made of blue, black, and purple. The light lit up the wall in front of them. Drake gasped. Glowing pictures appeared on the door. The ancient writing didn't show under Worm's glow, said Drake. Wadi's moonlight made it show up. Hiru read the message. It says I must read the rhyme aloud to open the door, he said. When it opens, you and Worm must pass through. Drake's stomach flip-flopped. He suddenly realized he would be moving on alone. I thought maybe you would be the last one, he said to Hiru. You can do this, Drake, Hiru told him. Whatever you find in that room, you and Worm will handle. I have faith in both of you. Drake looked at Worm. Ready? He asked. Worm nodded. Hiru read the rhyme aloud. A water dragon was Dragon 1. Dragon 2 was of the sun. Dragon 3 was poison green. A fire dragon was fourth to be seen. Dragon 5 was of the moon. Will the earth dragon get them all out soon? As Hiru said the words, the door slid open. Drake and Worm entered the sixth room, and the door closed behind them. Chapter 12. A Puzzle. Drake and Worm stood alone in the darkness. It's so dark in here, Drake whispered. Worm's body began to glow with green light again. Drake could see 6 large stone balls in the center of the room, placed in a circle. They looked perfectly round and smooth. Beyond them, on the wall, was a stone door. Above it, carved into the stone, was a line of 6 holes. Do you think these stone balls go into those holes above the door, Worm? Drake asked. Drake heard Worm's voice in his head. Yes. Drake walked over to one of the stones. He put his arms around it. It was so heavy. These are too heavy for me to move, thought Drake. But Worm could move them with his mind. Drake looked at the stones. Each one had a symbol on it, just like the symbols on the front door. There was a moon, a sun, a water drop, a flame, a rock, and a skull. Next, Drake looked at the holes above the door. He didn't see any symbols on them. How will I know which stone goes where? There must be a special way they need to go in, Drake said. Then he remembered the words from the rhyme that he had just read. A water dragon was dragon one, Drake repeated. That's it. I bet the stones go into the wall in the same order as we cross through this pyramid, so the stone with the water drop on it goes first. Ready, Worm? Worm nodded. The stone with the water drop glowed green. It floated up, and it fit perfectly in the first hole above the door. Dragon 2 was of the sun, Drake said, remembering the rhyme. The stone with the sun symbol glowed. It floated up and slid into the second hole. Great job, Worm, Drake said. 0 was the third dragon, so the poison symbol is next. Worm lifted the stone with the skull symbol, then the stone with the flame, then the stone with the moon. One more, Worm, Drake cheered. Worm's body glowed, and the stone with the rock symbol on it slowly rose up. It floated into the final hole above the door. Creak. The door lifted up. We did it, cheered Drake. Worm crawled through the doorway with Drake. They entered the 7th room. Suddenly, Worm sank to the ground. His glow faded. Worm, Drake cried. What's wrong? Worm didn't answer. Drake looked around the room. There, towering above them, was the prime dragon stone. Light poured from the huge green stone, blinking on and off. But the dragon stone was not the only thing in the room. On the floor next to it was a golden egg. The egg was as big as Drake. Sparks sizzled and jumped all around it. Whoa! What kind of egg is that? Drake asked. Chapter 13. The Prime Dragonstone. Drake looked the egg up and down. The egg looked alive. Golden lightning bolts of energy shot out of it. The Prime Dragonstone was pale green now. Drake could tell it was weaker than ever. Then he noticed that a stream of green light sizzled between the dragonstone and the egg. It connected them. And as the stone got dimmer, the egg got brighter. It looks like this egg is taking energy from the dragonstone, Drake said. He looked at Worm. A stream of green light flowed between Worm and the egg. The egg was taking energy from Worm, too. What am I supposed to do now? Drake wondered. We came so far to find the dragonstone. Now it's my job to save it. But I don't know how, Drake said out loud. And even if I did, how will we get out of here if Worm has no energy? Think, Drake, think, he told himself. The egg was taking energy from the dragonstone and Worm. So maybe all he had to do was move the egg away from them to break the connection, push it away. But will I hurt the egg if I move it? Drake took a careful step toward the egg. The hair on his arms stood up. The air was crackling with energy. He slowly moved his hand toward the egg and felt the tips of his fingers tingle. Ow! He yelled, pulling back his hand. He couldn't push the egg. He might get hurt. If Worm had energy, he could transport it out. But crack! Suddenly, the egg started to break apart. The lightning bolts of energy jumped toward Drake. Worm's eyes shot open. Worm's whole body glowed bright green. The dragonstone was glowing brightly, too. Golden light from inside the egg filled the room. Worm quickly wrapped his body around Drake to protect him. Drake shielded his eyes. The light became brighter and brighter. It almost blinded Drake. Whoosh! Worm and Drake disappeared from the pyramid. Chapter 14. Look, in the sky." Drake felt dizzy. He slowly realized that he and Worm were outside the pyramid, and all of his friends were too. All of their dragon stones were glowing so brightly that the Dragon Masters couldn't look right at them. "Worm got us out!" Rory cried. "Good job, Worm," Anna cheered.
"What happened in the last room?" Hiru asked. "Did you save the stone?" I'm not sure," said Drake. "There was this egg, and it was taking energy from the Prime Dragon Stone. Then it hatched in front of me, and the stone glowed really bright."
"Look!" Petra yelled. Golden lightning bolts were shooting out of the side of the pyramid. Then a dragon flew right through the wall, like the wall wasn't there. Beau's mouth dropped open. What kind of dragon can slide through walls? That must be what hatched from the egg, Drake realized. It wasn't a big dragon. It looked like a baby compared to the other dragons. Its scales were a shimmering gold color, and its whole body sparked with energy. The dragon flew around wildly. It looked like it did not know which way to go. "It's just a baby," cried Anna. Hiru's eyes were wide. "That's a lightning dragon," he said. "I have read about it in the scrolls, but I've never seen one." Drake heard Worm inside his head.
"We must help him." "Worm says we have to help the dragon," repeated Drake. "But what if he is dangerous?" said Beau. "Remember, he almost killed the Dragonstone." Right at that moment, a bolt of lightning shot out from the confused baby dragon. It hit a palm tree and fried it. Startled, the baby dragon let out a cry. Then he flew away across the night sky. "No! Come back!" yelled Anna. But the baby dragon was gone in a flash. Chapter 15. Dragon on the Loose. The Dragon Masters and their dragons went back to the temple. Tarek and Sarah were waiting for them. Workers ran out to take the dragons. "Our dragon stone glowed brightly a minute ago," Tarek said. "You must have saved the Prime Stone." "We found the stone, but it didn't need our help after all," Drake said.
Anna frowned. "There was a baby dragon who needed our help, but he flew away." "A baby lightning dragon," said Hiru. Tarek and Sarah looked at each other.
"It sounds like you have quite a story to tell," Tarek said. "Let's get inside."
They went to the dining room of the temple. Sarah brought the tired dragon masters tea and little cakes dripping with honey. Suddenly, there was a poof of smoke. Griffith appeared in the room with his wizard friend Diego.
"We have news," said Griffith. "Tell them, Diego." "Every 10,000 years, the energy in the Prime Dragonstone creates a dragon made of energy," explained Diego. "It's called a lightning dragon, and its egg takes energy from the Dragonstone." "It's true," said Drake. "I saw it happening."
Then the Dragon Masters told their story. "So the Dragonstone created this dragon?" Rory asked.
Griffith nodded. "It looks that way. The Dragonstone became weak because it was feeding energy to the egg. But now that the egg has hatched, the stone's powers should be strong again."
"At least for another 10,000 years, Petra added.
"That's why the pyramid is called the Pyramid of the Seven Dragons," said Beau. "The lightning dragon is the seventh dragon."
Sarah nodded.
"That makes sense."
"He's just a baby," Anna reminded everyone. "He's all alone out there with no family."
"He must be afraid," said Beau.
"And he's shooting out energy like crazy," added Rory. "He could hurt somebody."
Hiru frowned. "It will not be easy for a dragon like that to stay a secret." Drake had another thought. "What if somebody bad gets the lightning dragon?" he asked. Griffith stood up. "You are all correct. We must act fast to find this dragon and keep him safe," he said.
Drake looked at his friends. They had saved the Dragonstone. Right now, he felt like they could tackle anything. "We can do it," said Drake. "We will work together to find the lightning dragon." This is Emily Ellett. We hope that you have enjoyed this production of Dragon Masters Book 6, Flight of the Moon Dragon by Tracy West. This audiobook was produced by Dion Audio Services, executive producer Melanie Gagney. Print edition illustrated by Damian Jones. Print edition published by Scholastic Incorporated. Text copyright 2016 by Tracy West. Production copyright 2020 by Scholastic Incorporated. All rights reserved.
Audible hopes you have enjoyed this program.